All right, guys, how you doing? Changing things up a little bit. I'm broadcasting right now from my classroom, so the lighting isn't as wonderful as I'd like for it to be, but that's something I'll work on as we keep going. So I wanted to invite each and every one of you guys to the Chivalrous men's group, the Building Foundations mentorship program that we have going on. Last week we had a fantastic meeting, where we touched on a lot of powerful points, and I've got a lot of great feedback about how just this 1 week has really changed people's outlook in their lives. So I want to invite you guys to join. Just $50 a month, right? You get 4 monthly meetings, and 2 one-on-one sessions. I've had 2 one-on-one sessions so far where we really dive into the actions and the focus of that individual, and we create a strategy to assist them in becoming the best versions of themselves. So I'm really imploring you guys to think. Right now, I think I have 8 sections open still. I'm only one person. I can't overwork myself. But if you're interested, please reach out. I have the flyer that is on the page here, and I've posted it in several places around social media. And you can scan the QR code. You can also reach me through email, shaheedabubakr@gmail.com. I'm going to switch that email to a more professional one rather than my personal email. Or you can reach me at my text me 813-953-7567. And then in the email or in the text message, put Building Foundations Mentorship Program, and I'll reach out to you, and we'll get going to help out. Whether it's a son, maybe it's yourself, a brother, an uncle, anybody that needs the help, a cousin, right? So let's reach out and let's work together to help build productive, right, and motivated men. Okay, so one of the things that we were touching on are the 10 actions that you can do right now to change your philosophy and change your condition. That's what a lot of these videos are about. And I'll just go over some of we're on number 9 today. So we'll go over the 8 before. So the first one that we talked about is that as a man, we have to change our mentality that we do not negotiate with weakness. Right? We do not negotiate with our alter ego, the negative self-talking, right? We sign a contract with ourselves, and we do what we say we are going to do. So when that negative self-talk comes in, we don't negotiate with it, and we try to push it out. And I know for me, this is something that I have struggled with for years, and it's something that I work on daily, right? To give myself words of affirmation to remove the negativity. Number 2, what we can do to change our conditions right now is that we control our emotions, right? If we don't control our emotions will control us, right? So it's very important. We never, and this is something that might actually drive my wife mad sometimes, right? We never get too high. We never get too low. We control our emotions, right? We get excited for what's needed to be excited, and we get serious for what needs to be serious, but we're in control all the time, right? Number 2, we do the hard thing, even if we don't want to do it, right? We do the hard thing. And in that video I talked on where it says you eat the ugly toad first, right? So when you make your plans for the day or make the plans for your life, what is the thing that you have to avoid, or that you want to avoid, right? And you do that thing first. So one of the things as a teacher, as you guys can see, I'm in my classroom. I love teaching. I love being around kids, right? I love educating. I love motivating. I love inspiring. But the administrative part of teaching, the grading and the meetings, and that's not necessarily something that I love. So this year, as the year starts out, I've told myself to dedicate myself to improving on the aspect of teaching that I don't love, and to go at it with a very positive mindset. So that's number 3, do the hard things. Number 3 is to cut the noise and master your focus, right? Cutting the noise means removing those things from your life that can prevent you from being the best versions of yourself. For many of us, it's our phones, for video games, females, negative friends, right? But we have to cut that noise out of our life and dedicate ourselves to being the best versions of ourselves. Number 5 is that we stop seeking approval, right? We don't need approval to grow, okay? And so sometimes when you make this transition to removing those characteristics of yourself that may harm you and others, and to put in those characteristics that will benefit you and benefit others, sometimes, everybody's got something to say, and it's not for you to concern yourself with their approval. It's your job and your turn to step into your greatness. So we stop seeking approval. Number 6, silence is power, right? You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to say everything. You don't have to be seen all the time, right? You're doing the work for yourself, and you're doing the work for those that you love, right? So recognizing that silence is power. Number 7 is that you own your mistakes, right? We've all made mistakes in the past. We don't run from them. We don't have shame for them. One of the points that we said is that if I made a mistake in my former life, right, not in my former, right, behavior, and I wouldn't make that same mistake today, you can't condemn me today for what I did yesterday if I wouldn't make that same mistake, right? So I'm going to own it. I'm going to move past it, right? I'm not going to have shame for it. But if you choose to treat me as such because of the mistake that I made years ago, right, then you're condemning an innocent man, and you're actually losing out on the opportunity to work with greatness, right? We have to have that mindset. Number 8, discomfort is your teacher, right? So I gave the analogy of the lobster, that when it is time to grow, there's discomfort, there's tightness. He knows he has to shed his shell. But when he does shed his shell, when we are in discomfortable situations, and we are learning, right, that sometimes we have to hide ourselves away from people and really go through the learning process on our own, okay, or around your group of people that can benefit you, i.e. the Building Foundations Mentorship Program, okay? So discomfort is your teacher, right? We learn from the negative things, right? And we don't shy away from them. And number 9 is that discipline is greater than motivation. That's the one that we have today. Discipline is greater than motivation. And the reason that is because motivation runs out, right? You only have a certain amount of willpower. And I think in visual terms. So whether you're playing a video game, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, or, there's only a certain amount of hits, right, before you lose all your energy and you lose the game. And that's kind of like your motivation or your willpower, right? If you have willpower, that's good. I'm not going to say that having willpower is a bad thing. But the more you use your willpower, you need to do something to reset your willpower. So whether it's, I know my wife, she has her business, Coach Shakira, on social media, you guys look for. But her business is TLC Financial, where she does financial coaching, teaching people how to teach about financial literacy. Also, she teaches on financial literacy. And one of the things that she does to help her motivation is that, she gets the pedicure, she gets the the manicure, she gets a massage. This helps increase her motivation. So think of it like, or her willpower. So think of it like the video game. You're taking the hits and you're losing power, right? But then you go and you do something, you know, like she likes to always go to the beach, right? And then, ooh, that fills your bar back up, right? So motivation and willpower is important, but discipline is more important. It's greater than motivation. It's greater than willpower, right? So discipline, you're going to do it whether you have the willpower or you don't have the willpower, because that is what you have told yourself you're going to do. Okay? So if it's time to work out, you have to have the discipline to work out on your schedule, whether you feel like it or not, whether you have the willpower or not, whether you have the discipline or the motivation or not. So it's like, I'm about to go home. I've worked a day, you know, I've been in meetings. I've done a lot of brain work, right? But I have to have the discipline to go home and work out. I have the discipline to go home and you know, do the housework that needs to be done. I have to have the discipline to go home and to help out with dinner and to be the father and the husband that I'm required to be, right? My motivation and my willpower may be low, right? But I've been given a certain position by God, and I have to have the discipline every day to fulfill those roles. So understand, so this is number 9, right? Discipline is better than motivation, is greater than motivation. So apply these strategies, these philosophies into your lives immediately, and you will see a instant change, right? So before I leave, guys, I want just one more time to invite you out to the Chivalrous Man Men's Group, right? The Building Foundations Mentorship Program that we're having. 4 meetings a month. We have one, they're at Thursday at 8 o'clock. This week, the topic is going to be gifts, or your gifts, passion, your purpose, right? Your gifts, your passions, and your purpose. And we'll touch on what that means. What is your gifts? What is your passion? And what is your purpose? So I hope you guys reach out to me if you're interested in joining that meeting. Again, Thursday at 8 o'clock. And then for the $50 a month, you get 2 30-minute sessions, one-on-one sessions with me, where we will do a deep dive into your daily systems and processes and see how we can help you improve, right? I have almost 3 decades of working with individuals and helping them be successful, either as a law enforcement officer or as a law enforcement officer or as a teacher. I just realized that I'm making this video in my personal Facebook page and not in the Chivalrous Men's Group page. It's okay. It's all good. It just dawned on me. So whichever one it is, guys, you know, just go ahead and hit that link, guys. Scan that QR code. Send me that email. Send me that text. All right. If you're kind of struggling and you need some help, I've talked to countless men throughout my years of mentoring that, you know, they say, hey, I just need somebody to talk to. I even I have an older brother that when I need somebody that I have to talk to, that I can lean on him. And there's no shame, guys, in leaning on people. There's no shame in getting the assistance, right? This is just what we have to do to be the best versions of ourselves, guys. So I hope that you reach out, and remember, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you will reach your destination. Peace.